Yo. All right, we're going to do another lead here. This one is going to be for a pet product. This one's a dog food company, actually. And this letter is one of my favorite letters I ever wrote. The lead is good. There's other parts of the letter that I like even more. I hate to tease you like that. I'm just thinking out loud. But let me share with the lead, and I'll kind of share what I think could have been better about it. The lead, especially. Okay, I took the guy's name out, who is the person. So, hi, I'm blank, and inside this highly controversial presentation, I'm going to show you a simple, inexpensive, and 100% natural way to potentially add years to your dog's life. This is something that could quickly improve virtually every aspect of your dog's health, giving your dog a beautiful and shiny coat, strengthening your dog's joints, bones, and muscles, putting an end to bad breath, stinky odor, and those nasty farts, and even protecting your dog from many of the leading causes of canine death today. I should also mention that this is something that works no matter if your dog is a puppy or an old-timer, and no matter what size or breed your dog is as well. In fact, this 5-minute fix has now been used by tens of thousands of people all across North America, people whose dogs range from Chihuahuas to Great Danes, and who are shocked to report that their four-legged friends now have more energy, better mobility, and greater health than ever before. People like Cindy and Kevin Moas, who own Zircon Kennels and work with dozens of dogs each year. They write, the results have been absolutely wonderful. Our dogs' coats are so shiny and rich in color. They're not as gassy and their stools are firm. Plus their teeth and breath are much better. We are believers. And Kim and Craig of Canada, who write about their Labrador puppies, not only did all of our puppies' miserable symptoms disappear, but they're happier boys with softer, shinier coats. For a similar cost to the kibble we were buying, our dogs are now healthier and happier. As puppy parents, we couldn't be more grateful. Thank you for everything. Those are just a few of the dozens of testimonials I get each month from people just like you, folks who are using the simple, natural breakthrough I share inside this presentation to totally revitalize the health of the dogs they love. Now, you'll hear from more real-life people just like Cindy, Kevin, Kim, and Craig a little later on in this letter. And even more importantly, in about 3 minutes from now, I'm also going to share why traditional supermarket brands could be leading your dog to an early grave, and why even the most expensive types of premium and natural dog food on the market are actually stuffed with secret fillers that might be making your dog sick from the inside out. Plus, I'll also be sharing the results of a disturbing new study published in one of the world's top veterinarian journals, which proves that over 80% of raw dog food may actually be worse for your dogs than kibble. Here's a proof of it. So please pay close attention here, because not only will what I'm going to share give you a happier, healthier, and calmer dog now, and potentially save you thousands of dollars on veterinarian bills over the next 5 years, it could very well save your dog's life. In fact, I only wish I'd known about this information back when my 8-year-old Great Pyrenees Zorro was diagnosed with cancer, because if I had, I truly believe things would have turned out differently than they did. More on that in a second. So please pay close attention for the next few minutes, and I'll show you just how easy it is to give your dog the protection he deserves. So I mentioned my name is Blank, and when my dog Zorro was diagnosed with cancer back in date, it felt like I'd been hit in the gut with a hammer, and it goes into the story. So, what do I like about the lead? Why did I feel like this lead could have been better? The biggest thing is, I could have done a version of it teasing the emotional story about the guy's dog Zorro earlier on is one thing. And another thing would be the basically the mechanism. So what the product is, it's like a raw dehydrated dog food. So you get the convenience of kibble, but like the nutrition of raw food. And like the food's great. I became a total believer as I was writing this copy and researching it. There's like 13 ingredients on average. If you look at all these other, natural, high-end, premium, healthy, like dry dog foods, like they all had way more ingredients. And then for this one too, they had like the first ingredients like 60% salmon, 50% chicken, and it's like not just like the shitty parts of the animal, it's like the good parts. It's just really good stuff. And the kind of mechanism behind this one was about how like dogs in the wild, and it's true, I found like a type of dog in the wild that lives longer than, or about the same as like the average American house dog does. And the question was like, how is it that wild dogs live as long as house dogs do when they don't face any of the dangers? It was kind of like the paradoxical question. And the answer was basically their diet. And it was this idea of how, we're feeding our dogs all this processed crap that they weren't designed to eat. And I kind of used the story in the sales letter about a city dog versus a country dog, and the story about someone who's they lived in the country on a farm and they fed their dog like table scraps and food from the farm, and they moved to the city and the dog started getting sick and they couldn't figure out why, but it's because the dog had gone from like a country diet, which was like real raw foods, to a city diet. So I just think that stuff's really interesting, and probably I could have teased some more of that in the lead. That being said, I like that there's the big promises here. I know potentially add years to a dog's life is a big promise, but honestly, like you give your dog, if you look at the crap that's in a lot of these processed foods, it's like really fucked up, and giving your dog a better diet very well could potentially add years to their life. So I don't think like that's like a crazy claim to make. I don't know about from a legal standpoint, but like at least from a moral or ethical standpoint. But we're kind of, we're making promises while also double edging it, where it's like pain point and problems, right? So like bad breath, stinky odors, nasty farts. We do tease the emotional discovery story at the very end, right? I only wish I had known about this before my Great Pyrenees Zorro was diagnosed with cancer. So we're teasing the emotional discovery story. We aren't really teasing a unique mechanism. Contrary nature, we are doing a little bit of that, because at the end we have these not at the end, but here we have these fascinations, right? Why supermarket brands could be leading your dog to an early grave, why expensive and premium natural dog foods on the market are stuffed with secret fillers that may be making your dog sick from the inside out, and the disturbing new results published in one of the world's top veterinary journals proving 80% of raw dog food may be worse for your dog than kibble. So those are fascinations, so we did check that box, right? But also the contrarian nature is kind of right there with like why these traditional solutions suck. Briefly addressing skepticism, kind of the testimonials, because you've got these people who own a dog kennel saying that they like it. Well, I guess that's more like credibility. I guess it kind of serves as both, to be honest with you. And mentioning more testimonials, and you'll hear from more of them. So just promising that you're going to hear from more people can kind of help to temporarily address skepticism as well. And of course, it does have testimonials. So this one really checks most of the boxes too. The 5-minute fix is sort of a promise. Oh, and then by the way, sorry, the qualification, right? Qualifier. Who does this work for? Right, something that works no matter if your dog is a puppy or an old timer, no matter what size or breed as well. So we are saying the qualifier of who this works for. So yeah, that one is for a dog food company, and hopefully you find it valuable. And I will stop this, and guess what? I'm going to do another one after this.